Hey, Shalom, Ahchyam, Shalom. Ahchyam, Shabbrakatham. First off, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ahchyam, Yahweh Shai. I want to send double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutation to you, Ahchyam, out there pushing the word, sincerity, and truth. This is Ariella. I got the brother Anah here with me. And what we want to do on this sit down is, I'm going to call this one, make sure you see Yahweh Shai and brothers. And this is particularly for brothers that are roommates, that are always around each other constantly, and you know, that'll be up underneath each other all the time. Whenever you're around a brother all the time, you see their weaknesses. You see the things that in the flesh that they have to work on. You see their dirty draws. You know the ups, you know the downs. You kind of know the ins and outs of a brother. That shouldn't be taken as an opportunity to cast a brother down through the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Although we see each other's carnal aspects, we men. We should also make sure that we look at brothers with a spiritual eye, and we understand the spiritual value that each Ahchyam, each brother brings to the table. Okay? So we wanted to bring out some scriptures to highlight this point. Lord willing, this is edifying. You have something you want to start out with?
I can bring out Matthew.
Well, hold there. Just 1 second. I want to bring this out in Leviticus. This is the book of Leviticus, the 19th chapter and the 18th verse. It says, "Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh." Okay? You know what? Let's start up. Let's start up at verse 15, Leviticus 19 and 15. It says, "Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. But in righteousness thou shalt judge thy neighbor." Meaning you're gonna have an even balance in judgment towards the Ahchyam, whether they might have a higher rank or higher position, whether they have more money or less money, whether they be in good or bad estate. When you're looking at a situation and you are assessing the situation, you are to assess it spiritually and with balance. Okay? And every situation is different, man. Okay? So you might be living with a brother, and maybe they like to listen to music, or maybe they like to do something all the time, something that might get on your nerves, man. Instead of holding a grudge or being angry all the time, you can talk with that brother, man, over any type of situation, because there's all types of situations that happen whenever you room with a brother. And this is specifically for brothers that are roommates. I want to definitely highlight that, because that's where a lot of arguments start, man. Brothers that's coming into the camp, you coming into these things, living situations that kind of throw it off. So brothers might team up in order to split rent, split bills, and make things easier. Well, in doing that, a lot of times it'll cause strife between those two brothers. Okay? Because brothers are going into the situation with a selfish mindset and having mindsets of individuals and what they want, instead of having a mindset of selflessness and doing what you need to do in order to grow through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shai. Okay?
Can I get a precept?
Okay.
This is James chapter 4, verse 1. "From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence? Even of your lusts that war in your members?" Which basically, the wars and fightings among the body are basically conflicts, that brothers go through because of, maybe differences in personality, or, a brother, like the elder said, may do something that kind of gets on your nerves. Certain small things due to preference, which can lead to basically bigger problems, okay? But it all is because of something that's really tiny, something that's small. That's why it says, even of your own lusts, that war in your members, like what your flesh wants. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be, you don't want to wash the dishes, or pick up after a brother, but it comes down to, like the elder said, being spiritual enough to determine, okay, look, this brother's fighting for Yahweh Shai. I shouldn't let a demon hop on me because I saw him, leave a plate on the table, you know what I'm saying, and not forgive him and not say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Something tiny can grow to something huge.
Absolutely. Is there more? That's pretty much the point.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
Okay. Continuing on in Leviticus 19, verse 16, it says, "Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer amongst thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am Yahweh." So you might have, man, you go into, and then you go to, man, nigga dirty, man. But you ain't said nothing to the brother, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that causes conflicts and strife, man, and it puts negative energy and vibrations out there that doesn't build this ministry. It doesn't build this brotherhood. The crux of this ministry is brotherhood. That's why Yahweh Shah constantly harped on it. This brotherhood is important, okay? And that's why you got guys that get kicked out, because they lack that spirit of brotherhood, man. And the apostles and the elders pushed that and pushed that and pushed it. So we have to continue to push that, especially as more and more brothers come into this thing. Okay? So you shouldn't be talking a whole bunch of crap and stuff like that behind a brother's back. Don't get me wrong. When you're in a position of leadership, you don't talk about what's going on in the camp. Hey, what's up with this brother? Hey, well, okay, well, why was he here? What happened? You know what I mean? You're going to get different perspective on the situation, so you can make a judgment in a matter. You might want a brother to do something else, or you might want to move things around, you know, according to what the leadership deems necessary in the spirit. But you shouldn't just be dogging brothers about little bullcorn that's going on, man. Okay? Verse 17 says, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him." It says, "Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him." Okay, so you ain't gonna just hate your brother in your heart. If there's a real issue that you see, you gonna go to him, you gonna step to him about it, you gonna talk to him about it, man. Okay? We all have those situations. I have a situation where either me and another brother, me and Mike Olive, we're around each other all the time. He might tell me something that get on his nerves. I might tell him something that get on my nerves, man. And we build. We see each other's faults all the time, but we also see each other's strengths. And it's all about progression in the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Okay? Verse 18 says, "Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh." And you see this a lot, man. Brothers holding grudges forever about something that they said they squashed, but you ain't never really squashed it, man. You holding a grudge. You ain't letting it go, because if the shoe was on the other foot, you would be like, man, I said Salakia, why won't you forgive me? You would expect to be forgiven. You would expect it to be forgotten or just move on from it, but you can't. But you're not willing to do that for the sake of the brother.
May I bring a precept?
Absolutely.
This is Matthew chapter 5, starting at verse 23. It says, "Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift." Because you have people who, they'll do the works, and they'll go out and teach on the highways and byways, but they'll still hold grudges or still hold something in their hearts, and they might see the brother in person and still not say anything. You know what I'm saying? And the scriptures say, if you go to the altar, basically when we're preaching or teaching or doing anything, pushing the word, we're not supposed to have any grudges held. You know what I'm saying? Because that can hinder the word being pushed. We have to come with a pure mind and a pure heart. So this can, taint our speech if we're holding a grudge or holding anything against any brother. That's why it says, leave there thy gift before the altar and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brothers. You know, whatever you have against him, or whatever apology that you haven't really accepted. You know what I'm saying? You know, forgive him or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Basically, don't hold anything back, and then come to serve the Lord. So,
you mind skipping over to Matthew 6:14?
Okay. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 14. It says, "For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you.
Read the next one.
But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses.
Yeah, man. So if you're going into judgment with a mindset of only, casting the brother down to basically to destruction, then whenever your faults are gonna be brought out, you're gonna receive that same measure. Okay, you're gonna receive that same judgment, man. Okay, because a brother be like, man, he left dishes in the sink, and use that as a platform. This is the dirtiest, most foul, wicked nigga I've ever been around in my whole life, man. It's just because you living with him all the time, you making excuses, for maybe wanting to get out that situation or whatever. Really, you just being selfish. And a lot of guys being exposed. And this don't just go for roommates. This goes too for brothers that offer up their houses to Ahchyam to come in. Look, man, Ahchyam that always come over your house gonna get dirty, man. Wine is gonna get spilled on the rug. A glass or two is gonna get broken. You ain't gonna get the last piece of chicken. Brother gonna go in your refrigerator and drink the last of the Kool-Aid. Okay, it's gonna happen, man. Look, bro, you gotta do what you gotta do for the sake of the Ahchyam. Look, man, brothers ain't just got whole ass nigga mentalities. Don't get me wrong, you do got some brothers that are just greedy for gain, but in general is what I'm talking about, man. You gotta have a mindset of judgment, and you have to have a mindset of openness towards this brotherhood. Okay, the Most High gonna bless you for opening up your house. He gonna bless you for rooming with a brother and making things bearable in this captivity for another brother, man. You gotta know that. Okay. Galatians 5. Were you in 1 Peter?
No, I can get some.
1 Peter 4:9. Start at 8.
Okay.
Baba Kusha.
This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 8. And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves. For charity shall cover the multitude of sins.
Boom. So charity is going to cover the multitude of sins. When you look up that word charity, look it up. It's that word agape.
Strong's G26. Agape. Agape.
Affection, goodwill, love, benevolence, brotherly love. Okay? It says love feast, man. You got to have fervent charity. Okay? And that, man, I'm telling you, man, we have a good example of that amongst the apostles and elders, man. Especially if you go up to New York, the brothers' camps have been blessed to have the apostles or elders come down to their camp, man. That's all you see, man, is that charity, man, that fervent love, man. No, come, brother, you got it, No, what do you need? What's going on? And we got to continue to increase in that to build this ministry, to build this church, man, because brothers are broken. Brothers in a bad space. And this world teaches you to be a whole ass nigga. This world don't teach you to be selfless. It teaches you to be selfish. And we have to put off that nature in order to thrive in this brotherhood. A lot of brothers, a lot of times we do not thrive in the brotherhood because we're selfish. We don't want to give. We don't want to share. Okay, we don't want to so-called lose. And if it's not in for your immediate benefit, you're not willing to do it. Okay? And that's a problem. You got to put away that carnal mindset. Okay? You got something?
Yeah, I got a quick precept.
Okay.
It's Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1. It says, "Let brotherly love continue." Now that's a short verse, but it's directly to the point. Why? Because like we just read in 1 Peter chapter 4, it says charity covereth a multitude of sins. And if you go to Job, if you go to Job 4:7, the scriptures say, "Whoever perished being innocent." We all need forgiveness. We're all worthy of death because we all transgress the law. So if you don't forgive your brother, how can you expect the Lord to forgive you? That's why it says, "Let brotherly love continue." See?
More on that?
No, that's about it.
Go back to 1 Peter.
Yeah. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 4. It says, "Use hospitality."
Verse 9.
Oh, I'm sorry. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 9 says, "Use hospitality one to another without grudging."
And that's hard to do sometimes, man, because we all broke, we all through. But you got to use hospitality without grudging, man. The one person that I know that I have a personal example from in this camp is the elder Yashawamba. You know, he uses with hospitality without grudging. Yadakai, he uses hospitality without grudging, man. Brothers be all up in his stuff.
Man, bro.
You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, he signed Nala, man. You know, but brothers don't know, man. He went 7, 8 years of brothers tearing up his crib. I mean, and it's just the nature of the beast, man. But we got to use that hospitality without grudging, because brothers are blessed from that fellowship. Brothers are blessed from that unity and that camaraderie, okay? And if you carrying that grudging inside of you, man, it's going to bring your spirit down, okay? You're going to become more carnal-minded, okay? You don't mind reading the next verse out?
Verse 10. As every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another.
So as every man hath received the gift, and even so minister the same, serve the same one to another, man. According to whatever gift that you've been given, man. You gonna pass it down the line, so on and so forth. Go ahead.
Continuing on in verse 10, it says, as good stewards of the manifold grace of the Most High.
As good stewards, okay? Managers of you. The steward is a manager of a house, basically, kind of like Alfred. Right? Batman calling on Alfred. Alfred gotta be on point.
Yeah.
Batman in the middle of a battle, he hit Alfred up. Alfred, I need the battle. I need this. And you like, hold on, just 1 minute. Hey, wait, Bruce. Wait, I ain't ready. That ain't a good steward, bro.
Or even go so far as say, no, I'm mad, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You didn't say bye to me when you left out this morning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Something petty like that.
Yeah, I told you stop fucking with Catwoman, man. You know, you just gonna let Batman, you know, hang off a cliff, man.
Yeah.
Cause you holding grudges, man.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
He ain't using the hospitality. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes Alfred don't agree with what Batman want to do.
Yeah.
So is he not going to be a good steward of what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
We have to make sure we handling our biz. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Let me continue.
No, that's really all I wanted on that.
Okay.
I want to read James chapter 5 and verse 9. I'm going to read it, and then I want you to get Matthew 25.
Okay.
Bible shot. James chapter 5 verse 9 says, grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. Okay? So, hey man, we don't need to be holding these grudges or contempt in our heart towards brothers. You need to see Yahweh, or the spirit of Yahweh in a brother, man. And have a mindset of forgiveness, growth, mercy, grace. Okay? At least you're going to be condemned because you're going to be seen in the same light as far as to see the judgment. Okay? Do you have anything you want to say on that? No, we can move on to Matthew.
Yeah, let's continue.
Okay, let's move on to Matthew.
This is Matthew chapter 25, 35, right? Matthew chapter 25, verse 35. For I was an hungered. Matter of fact, we need to start up.
34.
Yeah, 34. Okay. Matthew chapter 25, verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was an hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when we saw thee and hungered.
When saw we?
When saw we thee and hungered and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink?
Yeah, when did we do that, you know?
Right.
Go ahead.
When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothe thee.
See, and these are the ones that are going to receive the inheritance of a kingdom that's already prepared from the foundation of the world. Let's look at the answer. Go ahead.
Verse 39. I'm sorry.
39.
Verse 39. Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? Verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of my brethren, of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
Boom. And so that's the mentality that we have to have when we look upon one another, man. Okay? We got to see Yahweh Shai in one another, man. You got to be willing to go that extra mile in order to make sure that Ahchyam are taken care of and that we're doing the right thing. Especially when you are roommating with a brother. Especially if you are in a place where brothers are always coming over your house or your apartment. You got to have a mindset of charity, of selflessness. Okay? Or it will destroy you. Okay? You will be removed from the body because you hold grudges. You're not seeing brothers spiritually. You're looking at brothers carnally. He always do this. Or he got that. You know? So that's why I wanted to bring that out because, to me that's important, man. And we always have to keep that mindset because it's easy for us to get that selfish mentality in this world of what about me? What about mine? When am I gonna build? What you gonna do for me? That ain't how we're supposed to look at this thing. Okay? Go ahead and read a little bit more.
Okay. Verse 41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand.
Them on the left hand. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Depart from me.
Get away from me.
Ye cursed.
Uh-huh.
Into everlasting fire.
Mm-hmm.
Prepared for the devil and his angels.
Mm-hmm.
For I was an hungered, and ye gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me not in.
Mm-hmm.
Naked, and ye clothed me not. Sick, and in prison, and ye visited me not. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when we saw thee an hungered, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? Oh, I'm sorry. When saw we thee an hungered, and did not minister unto thee? Verse 45. Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal.
So we want to make it on. We want to make it out of here, man. We want to make sure that we building properly in this brotherhood, because as you build in that spiritual temple, man. And so as you minister unto Ahchyam, and as we build in this thing, we have to continuously have a mindset of brotherhood, clan, family, tribe, nation. Okay? That we don't hinder this ministry by being a whole ass nigga. We have to constantly fight off that nature that this world tries to put on us, to be selfish, to be impulsive, to hold grudges, to be a troll, okay, to be a busybody, backbiter. Because this is what this world teaches you, man. That world star mentality. You got to put that off. Okay? You have anything?
Yeah, I got one in Hebrews chapter 6. Mm-hmm. It says Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. And it says, For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. You see, the Most High is not going to forget your good works that you do towards the brethren, man. Okay? It's not all about just doing it. Well, back then, when Yahushua was on the scene, it wasn't all about just honoring him, with your lips. Okay, it's about, if you really love Yahushua, what did Yahushua tell Peter? If you love me, feed my sheep. And he told him that 3 times, because that's really the love of the Lord, is to do, is to do the work. You know what I'm saying? And to be willing to give your life, for Yahushua and his brethren, man, and your brethren. Okay. Let's continue in verse 11. It says, "And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end, that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises." And you have to, the only way you can acquire that is if you are diligent in being charitable. Okay? Diligent in being brotherly, you know, having benevolence. So,
Good. Well, I just wanted to bring out those points, man. I know we brought out several scriptures to highlight the point, man. We just want to push that home. You know, Lord willing, it was edifying. Did you have anything else that you want to add out? Hey, man, with that, we want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh by Ahchyam, Yahweh Shai. Once again, we want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutation to you, Ahchyam, out there pushing the word of sincerity and truth, man. Shalom.
Shalom.